Have you ever wondered what's happening with the stock market today? Let's delve into the current scenario. US stock futures are nudging just a bit lower, with Dow Jones Industrial Average futures, S&P 500 futures, and Nasdaq 100 contracts all experiencing a slight drop. This comes on the heels of a week that saw stocks falter, despite a strong jobs report for February. The report painted a picture of robust hiring, even as unemployment figures beat estimates. But rather than providing clarity, this mixed picture has added a dash of uncertainty to the ongoing debate on rate cuts. As we inch closer to the Federal Reserve's policy meeting on the 20th of March, the anticipation is palpable. The market is bracing itself for a key test, holding its breath for the unveiling of the Consumer Price Index report. As the market braces for the Federal Reserve's policy meeting on March 20th, all eyes are on the upcoming Consumer Price Index report. The big question now is, what impact will the Consumer Price Index report have on the stock market? To understand the significance of this report, let's first decode what the Consumer Price Index or CPI is. Essentially, it's a measure that examines the weighted average of prices of a basket of consumer goods and services, from transportation to food, over time. It's one of the most frequently used statistics for identifying periods of inflation or deflation. Now, why is this report so crucial in the current scenario? Well, it's about the Fed's stance on inflation. Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve, has recently stated that the Fed wishes to be more confident that inflation is cooling before easing up on borrowing costs. What this means is that the Fed is looking for signs of decreasing inflation to justify a reduction in interest rates. But here's the catch. If the CPI report shows a surprise rise in inflation, it could throw a wrench in the works. A higher-than-expected inflation rate would challenge the Fed's current optimism about reducing borrowing costs. In turn, this could affect investor sentiment and potentially lead to a drop in stock prices. The anticipation surrounding this report is palpable. After all, its findings have the potential to shape the course of the stock market in the coming weeks. Investors are banking on a favorable report that aligns with the Fed's expectations. However, any deviation from this could lead to volatility in the markets. The CPI report, in essence, holds the key to a significant policy decision by the Federal Reserve. It's not just a statistic, it's a potential market mover. It's like waiting for the next episode of your favorite TV show, where the plot could turn in any direction. The suspense is real and the impact could be substantial. Investors are eagerly waiting for this report to see if it provides any clarity on the future of interest rates and the stock market. So let's keep our eyes peeled for the CPI report and the narrative it unfolds. While the stock market has been edging lower, Bitcoin has been soaring to new heights. The world's leading cryptocurrency has been on a tear recently, breaking the $71,000 mark for the first time. A milestone that's not just a number, but a testament to the growing acceptance and resilience of this digital asset. With such a robust rally, Bitcoin's gains for the year so far are around 70%. Yes, you heard that right, a whopping 70%. But Bitcoin's rally isn't just about Bitcoin, it's also boosting the fortunes of crypto-linked stocks. Take, for instance, Coinbase and Marathon Digital Holdings. Both companies are riding the tide of Bitcoin's rally, with their shares gaining around 7% in pre-market trading. And it doesn't stop there. Other crypto-related stocks are also enjoying the ride. MicroStrategy, a company that's heavily invested in Bitcoin, has seen its shares add 9%. This surge in crypto-linked stocks isn't just a momentary blip. It's reflective of a broader trend. As cryptocurrencies gain traction, companies that are linked to them, either through direct investment or through providing crypto-related services, are also seeing their fortunes rise. This is a clear sign that the crypto market is maturing, gaining the confidence of investors, and becoming a significant part of the financial landscape. As Bitcoin continues to break records, it's an exciting time for investors in the crypto market. So while the traditional stock market may be experiencing some turbulence, the crypto market is flying high. And as we've seen, what's good for Bitcoin is good for crypto-linked stocks as well. So, what does all this mean for investors? Let's take a moment to break down the key points we've covered today. The stock market is currently experiencing a bit of a stumble, with US futures nudging lower. This follows a week of losses, and it's all happening in the countdown to the release of critical inflation data that could potentially shift the landscape and market expectations. The upcoming Consumer Price Index report is stirring up anticipation. The Federal Reserve is keeping a keen eye on this data, hoping to see signs of cooling inflation before deciding to ease up on borrowing costs. An unexpected rise in this report could disrupt the optimism around a potential policy shift, throwing a spanner in the works for those hoping for rate cuts. On the flip side, we're seeing a roaring rally in Bitcoin, which reached a new record high, surpassing $71,000 for the first time. This surge has brought Bitcoin's gains to an impressive 70% just this year, and it's not just Bitcoin that's riding the wave. Crypto-linked stocks are also enjoying the ride, with shares of companies like Coinbase and Marathon Digital Holdings making significant strides. But let's not forget, the world of investing is not for the faint-hearted. It's a whirlwind of ups and downs, twists and turns. And while we can try to predict trends and anticipate changes, there are always surprises in store. That's part of the thrill, and it's what keeps us all on our toes. In conclusion, we're in a dynamic and exciting time to be an investor. Whether you're interested in traditional stocks or you're riding the crypto wave, there are opportunities and challenges at every turn. And as we continue to monitor these developments, one thing is clear: it's a dynamic and exciting time to be an investor.